Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So some news coming out of the heavyweight division, and take this with a grain of salt. Shannon Briggs on the Sky Sports Toe to Toe podcast has revealed that, apparently, he's accepted an offer to fight Wladamir Klitschko. Of course, in the last few years, since Klitschko's retirement, there's been numerous rumours in regards to Klitschko making a comeback, and he himself has actually fueled these rumours by releasing sparring footage and whatnot, and also he actually said that the thought of becoming the oldest heavyweight champion is something that definitely appeals to him. So Wladamir Klitschko himself hasn't exactly poured cold water on the idea of coming back, and yeah, according to Shannon Briggs, he's accepted an offer to fight Klitschko. Now again, you need to take what Shannon Briggs says with a grain of salt, no doubt about it, but I really wouldn't be surprised if there's something in this. Wladamir Klitschko has been a guy who's always been obsessed with legacy, with records, and things of that nature, and obviously him coming back and becoming the oldest heavyweight champion would be a great moment in his career and another milestone. So I've always had the impression that there's a very big possibility that we would see Wladamir Klitschko back in the ring. First and foremost, the actual fight with Shannon Briggs does make a lot of sense. Shannon Briggs himself is an older man, he's 49 years old, and Wladamir Klitschko and Shannon Briggs have previous. Of course, a few years ago, when Wladamir was still champion, Shannon Briggs went on the Let's Go Champ campaign, and he was basically, calling out Wladamir any chance he could. In fact, even trolling him in person. So these two guys do have history, and if this fight were to get made, there would be people who would be interested in seeing this fight, including myself, to be honest. And yeah, I've always had some sort of interest in a potential Wladamir Klitschko comeback. Usually when older fighters decide to come back, I'm not really interested, in all honesty, like Sergio Martinez, for example. But with Wladamir Klitschko, there is a level of intrigue there for me, Ultimately, he's a guy who never took serious punishment in his career. Yeah, he had some hard fights here and there, but for the most part, he didn't take too much damage. He's always been a guy who's kept himself in great shape. Obviously, he's 6'6", he's a massive dude. He's always going to have that power. And he's still been sparring, he's still been keeping active in the gym, so I've always been somewhat interested in a potential Wladamir Klitschko comeback. And a fight with Shannon Briggs would make some sort of sense, in my opinion. It's a winnable fight. In my opinion, it should be an easy fight. And it's still a fight that would generate interest and some money. So that as a comeback fight definitely makes sense for Wladamir Klitschko. Also, when you consider the heavyweight landscape right now, it does kind of make sense. The heavyweight division right now is up in the air. I do believe in the next 12 months or so, there's a strong possibility that a belt or two could be vacated, and that would be a perfect opportunity for Wladamir Klitschko to come back and maybe win a heavyweight title, in his mind at least. I don't really believe Wladamir will fight Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua again, but let's say a couple of belts become vacant and a lesser guy gets a title, maybe a smaller heavyweight. If that does happen, that would potentially open the door for Wladamir Klitschko to become a heavyweight champion again. But yeah, if Wladamir Klitschko does come back, I think now is the perfect time due to the landscape of the current heavyweight division. And let's face it, he can't afford to wait much longer. He is 45 years old, so yeah, why not, man? If Wladamir Klitschko wants to come back, I'm not going to be super critical. In fact, I would actually be somewhat intrigued to see how Wladamir Klitschko looked on a potential return. But all in all, if this comeback were to happen, I wouldn't have a problem with it. As far as I'm concerned, this isn't a situation like Sergio Martinez coming back, a guy whose body previously broken down, and even towards the end of his first career, you could tell that the wheels were falling off. Wladamir Klitschko in his last fight against Joshua obviously put on a great display. He actually nearly beat Joshua at the age of 41 years old, and in that fight, that version of Klitschko could certainly beat a lot of top heavyweights. Obviously, since then, he would have got a bit worse, but how much worse? Could this guy still compete with certain top 10 heavyweights? Listen, man, if it were to happen, I wouldn't be crying about it. In fact, I would be somewhat intrigued. Like I said earlier, Klitschko keeps himself in shape all year round. In his career, he didn't sustain too much punishment, and he's always got that size and he's always got that power. So, listen, man, I kind of want it to happen. I kind of want it to happen, but we'll see what goes on here. Anyway, share your thoughts below. What do you make of, first and foremost, Klitschko versus Briggs in 2021? And what would you make of a potential Wladamir Klitschko comeback? Would you be interested, or do you have no interest? Share your thoughts below. Been your guy, Del Boy. Peace.